Do any of your dogs like tuck their noses like under their tail when they're curled up in a ball?
Sometimes Luna does that actually.
I was about to say, I think Luna.
Well, okay, now I know where Nick gets it then. Because she does that like all the time whenever she curls up in a ball.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is.
It's so cute. All right, guys. So I'm gonna spark up. I took a 30-minute break so I can clear my palate.
Oh, I want to spark up.
Well, you can't. You're the DD tonight.
I don't wanna.
I found it.
Wait, what? Are you gonna
She
say?
was getting hers.
I put mine down and I couldn't find where it was.
Why? You don't want to join me in solidarity?
Nah.
So the strand that I'm
Yeah.
smoking on right now, I think it's Tropicana cookies. It's a sativa, hybrid sativa, and away we go.
Chicken cookies.
Anyways, how are you guys? What's up?
Wasabi. I'm pretty good.
Was that like a real like Gen X thing to say? I just realized. Do people still say that?
You know, funny enough, only older people I realize
Yeah,
say that.
that just popped into my head too. I'm thinking,
Like, I think all the time I hear younger kids or like the newer generation kind of say it's like mostly towards like their parents.
I wonder
And
what
it's
they
just
say
like,
now.
I have no idea. I'm not gonna be that one weirdo who's gonna go hang out with a bunch of like 13-year-olds.
A bunch of kids that, hey, what is your greetings?
How do you greet one
Salutations.
another? For all I know, it's like now chucking shit at each other. For all I know.
Right?
Oh my God.
It's not even,
I
it's not
mean, you
even words
never
anymore.
know. I mean, think about it. Like, if you look back, like 10, 15 years ago, like, or like 20 years ago, like, I remember, like, if you actually look at like ways of formal greeting, it was literally like saying, like, oh, how do you do, like, the fancy way, and good evening, handshakes, and like.
Good afternoon.
I mean, that was kind of a slang word back then, but yeah, that too. But like, well, yeah, saying the involvement of how one greets one another has taken a very interesting turn. So it's like,
Right.
for all you know, it can be like you just whack each other over the head. It's like, hey, good day.
Exactly. All right. Well, salutations, greetings, and salutations to all. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but now I want to find out. We should ask some of our kid family members.
Hey, how do y'all greet each other?
Yeah.
Do you still say hello, or you just do what I say, just start hitting each other? I'm
What's
kidding,
the
don't do
greeting?
that. Don't
Tell
hit each
me.
other.
You know what? I just thought of, oh my God.
What?
You know that scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp? When he's all like, hey, how do you do? Like, what does he say? Slide me a 5, Daddy-O, or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he starts
he's
like saying all this weird.
yeah, like he's trying to be like, he wants to greet the young kids, right, and be all hip or whatever. Like, I mean, that's me right now.
Damn.
That's too funny.
For real, for real.
Man,
I
now
hope-
that's the real question. You guys gotta let us know now. How do people greet each other?
Yeah, that's the question. Put it down in the comments, please. How do y'all greet each other? Because I'm still stuck in the, hey, what's up? You know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just like, hey.
What's up? Sometimes, you know, if I want to be cool. if I want to show my street cred. Sometimes I'll throw a little sup.
That's not weird at all.
You throwing the peace sign as you're saying that?
Exactly.
Oh my god, I have actually done that before. When I say hi to my coworkers, I'll throw up the peace sign and they just nod their heads back.
Oh my god. Well, there you go.
Well.
That's how elder millennials. I'm just kidding. Oh, you're not an elder millennial, right? You guys are. You guys are.
No, yeah.
You guys are the younger millennials. Okay, whatever.
We're the ones that are always in that weird space.
Are your coworkers younger than you or older?
I want to say it's a mix. I want to say I know for a fact at least 3 are probably older than me, like towards mom's age.
Okay, so
I know one.
then,
I also know one for a fact of them. I'm not gonna say his name, but I think he's actually close to dad's age.
okay. So
Eh.
the thing is here, right? This is what your mission is. Go and see how everybody greets each other. Take note of that and then report with us on the next time.
I can be that one weirdo coworker who's just gonna look at them all like, how do you say hi to one another? And they're like, what?
Well, I didn't say interact with the subjects. I said just
Well, damn,
just observe
subjects.
from
I need to talk to them
afar.
at work at times. Jeez, how else am I supposed to call back food?
You walk in and do your awkward little peace sign, and then you go on with your work.
Awkward little peace sign. I do it naturally now. The beginning was kind of awkward, but like now they kind of respond naturally to me. Someone nod their head, others will say sup, and one will say hi, and that'll be it. It really is like a whole mix of like greetings.
Okay.
I love that for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So who are the ones that say sup? Are they the older ones or younger ones?
I want to say the young ones. Maybe like ones that are like, I know for a fact,
Yes.
maybe like almost 10 years older than me.
Older or younger? You
Older.
just said younger.
No, I said older.
Oh my god. So it's the older ones that say sup.
It's all the ones that say sup. I think there's only
God
one
dang
person,
it.
and it's a new one who's kind of like around my age. But her and I
Okay.
don't talk that much. Whenever her and I say hi to each other, I literally just say hi, and she says hi back.
Huh.
She's kind of aloof. I've tried being nice, but like she gives off a
Aloof.
whole like, I don't want to.
Talufa.
I'm not sure if she likes me or not, but I mean, she has the whole like I'm civil kind of vibe.
Like she's there to work and work she does and nothing else.
Only with me.
She's not there to
Everyone
make
else,
friends.
no, it's funny too, cause like this. The reason I say I think that she doesn't like me is because like I know it's with everyone else. She's all happy and chipper, will talk, but then when it comes to me, she's just like work mode. And
It's your energy.
what?
I mean it in a good way. Like I think you're vibing. You guys are vibing in different, different energies. Yeah, and sometimes I tell you that happens to me all the time. I am a lovely, lovable person. I don't know why other people can't see that.
She says so aggressively.
Like, look at me, I am lovable. No, but like I think because I feel it sometimes from other people that my energy is to me it's like I'm gonna stay away from that person. That person didn't do anything to me or whatnot. I mean, celebrities. There's some celebrities that there's really no reason for me not like to either like them or not. I'm indifferent to them.
They just
And
irk you.
yeah, and I think that that's what it is.
I agree with that.
Or she's just a jealous bitch. Just kidding. It's one or the other.
There's no in between.
See, this is where my spiritual side, my higher person, I can't think right now. So I've been smoking all day, so.
I would
I've
just would call it my higher
I've
self a
been-
lot of times.
Oh, my higher self. That's the word I want to
That's what she
use.
is right now.
I mean, like you're definitely like high right now, but I don't think you're that.
Okay.
Yeah, reach a
not
level
high
yet. Try harder.
Okay, so not my higher self. Like I think my higher self. Like that part is kind of like peace and love, y'all. Like it's okay. Like your energy is vibing differently, right? But then my ego side is kind of like, cut that bitch. She's jealous of me. I'm just kidding. Like my ego
Goddamn.
side is the one that's kind of like, oh, it's because, what is her problem? Why does she not like me? Blah blah blah. But that's where you have
Immediately
that kind
violence.
of like, yeah. But we suppress it with chi. But we're supposed to suppress that, okay?
Oh, we are?
No.
Damn.
Wow. Anyway, so I just want to throw this out there before any more talk of suppressing stuff goes on. Yeah, so we aren't professionals. This content is
Obviously.
strictly our opinion, of course, and
Yep.
it's for entertainment purposes only. But paying, all right, now that that's out of the way. So, do you guys remember last year? Last year, I became obsessed. And my obsession lasted for about 3, 4 months. Okay.
It felt like longer.
It really did. So here's the thing, right? I've never, like, I kind of like, I like a little bit of reality TV, but I used to back in the day. I used to love the Kardashians. I used to watch that all the time.
God, I
Now if
hate.
you want
I
to,
didn't like them then, and I don't like them now. Still, if anything, even more.
For real.
no, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But I mean, I'm gonna own up to it. There was a time that I really did. I watched it, and then going even more back after that. I mean, I used to watch Girls Next Door. Um, that's another big controversial show for any of you that are old enough to remember that. But I
Hmm.
was never the reason that I'm bringing those up, right? Because I was never one of the because reality.
Oh.
So there's two types of reality shows. Oh, there's many kind. Like now there's the cooking reality shows. There's the
Mhm.
house hunting type. They're like the real
Mhm.
estate ones, and then
Hmm.
there's the competition ones, right?
Mhm.
No, yeah.
I've never been a fan of like, so I don't really like a lot of reality shows, and I can watch them and then okay, I'll get tired. Like I can't. I've never really gotten hooked on the competition ones, the survival or survival. I don't know, whatever. But last year, there's a singer that I like. I'm a fan of the singer. He's a Mexican American guy. His name is Lupio Rivera. And I found out that he was going to be in this show, in this Spanish show called La Casa de los Famosos, which is, think of like Big Brother celebrity, like celebrity Big Brother.
Hmm.
It's literally that's what it is. I don't know if there's more shows out there, but apparently this was I don't know if it was the third season or the fourth season, and they do this all the time, and it's with a lot of celebrities, and celebrities of all kinds. Like they'll have social media influencers, they'll have actors, has been actors, some current ones. Anyway, so stuff like that. And I just got hooked. I got hooked but my whole reason was because of this singer that he was going to be on the show. And so I started watching it. It came out on Telemundo, but you could also watch it if you have Peacock. It comes out also on Peacock. But anyway, and I think that season is on Peacock right now. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, and I got hooked. I got hooked, and I would get mad, and oh my God, I don't think I've ever been that hooked to a show before. And then I found out that they had 24/7 cameras on YouTube. So, oh my God, like the show would finish and I would run to the YouTube channel, to their YouTube 24/7. Oh my God,
So you were one of those fans.
oh my
She
God.
really became one of those fans. She
Goddamn.
really did. And
It
she
was,
dragged me along with her.
yes, it was on 24/7. And then every week you had to vote, and I would be pestering everybody and their mother. You guys better be voting. You guys better. Oh
I
my
remember
God.
that. You would do that to me and my wife, and we'd just be like, really? Again?
Yes, I would force you
I
all.
remember counting the days when it was gonna finally get over with, because then you start complaining, like, oh my God, it's almost over. And we're like, yay, it's almost over.
Oh my
We
gosh.
love you,
Well,
but like, you were just.
I was kind of happy too that it was over. I was happy because
It was a
I
relief.
went through such a roller coaster of emotions. But because of that show, it was on before. It was right, maybe like I think maybe 2 months after that we started the podcast. But I that was one of the reasons, one of my motivations to start the podcast, because I was like, I need an outlet where I can talk about stuff, because there were so many things that would come up as the show went on. And one of the main things was bullying. So in the show, like I said, it had celebrities. They're all like Latin American celebrities.
Hmm.
And one of the contestants, and we might, brace yourselves because we might get some hate over this, but
This is just our opinions.
again, yeah. But one of the celebrities on there, her name, she's Puerto Rican. She's a model. Um, I don't know, model. She was, I guess she's an influencer. I know she has some cosmetic lines or stuff, beauty line. Anyways, her name is Maripili. She she's Gen X. Okay. I honestly I think she's beautiful. I remember her from back since I was like late teens or early 20s. And I just remember her watching when my mom would be watching, TV in Spanish and she would come on. And she was beautiful lady, beautiful body. And then, but that's it. I never knew really what she did. I just knew she was very flamboyant. And I knew that a lot of people, a lot of celebrities would have issues with her. But I never really, again, I liked her.
Right, so it was like one of those
When
situations like you knew of her, but you didn't know of her.
Right, like I really didn't know. Like I had seen her
Hmm.
just a couple of times, and again, this was like years ago, like 20 years ago, and then all of a sudden she was on the show. So I was looking forward to like, ooh, okay, because a lot of the times, especially when I feel that a lot of females get called, oh, you're a bitch, you're this, you're whatever, but in reality, if a male would be doing the same, they wouldn't say that about the guys.
Hmm.
So part of me is kind of like, well, maybe that's just it. Like again, I liked her. I had no reason not to like her. The show started, and then I realized, then I knew the reason. This lady is very obnoxious. She would play up the victimhood a lot. She would lie. Oh my God. It was just, I really do think, oh my God, I don't even know what to say because her fan base is, a lot of
Huge.
them are like her. And she was just relentless in the bullying. She was, oh my God. And I mean, again, I'm not saying like the whole reason that I was watching the show was because of Lupio Rivera. And there was some stuff. I mean, like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about like throws were what blows were thrown, and it was
Hmm.
just this big thing. And at the end of the competition, she actually won. And I mean, TikTok. There were so many TikToks about him, and a lot of people that were against her. But anyways, she ended up winning. Lupio, I think, got third place. If I
Hmm.
remember correctly.
I believe he did.
But the whole time, I couldn't understand, and I still can't to this day, of why they would let her get away with so much. Because this lady was mean. I mean, I'm talking about like she would like sexual harass the men. She really would on camera, and it was just oh my God, they would just let it fly. They just let it fly. It
Hmm.
was bad. And now I find out that they're doing Casa de los Famosos All Stars, and I'm like, oh my God, what? My head wanted to explode because I thought, no, like literally, I started feeling my heart beating, like, oh my God, like, should I even look? Should I even see? Like, oh my God. So it's speculation that, so it's La Casa de los Famosos All Stars because they are inviting back the previous celebrities that have already been on the show, going back from season one. So, for example, the one that for sure said already, yes, she's on the show, or she's going to be on the show. She's a lady from Venezuela, Alicia Machado. She was a Miss Universe winner, whatever. And she's an actress now, and she actually won the first season. So she's going to be on the show. It's been already like decided, yes, she's going to be on it. I like her. Again, it is so difficult because there were so many other people that were on the show. There's some that I didn't even know who they were. And After the show ended, I don't even know what happened to them. But there were some that I did know, and that by the end of the show, by the time that they left, I did like them even more. There's some that I ended up not liking anymore.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that that's not the case with this lady. But anyway, but the rumors are that Lupio is going to go back. Do
Which,
you guys
like
understand?
it's cool that he's going back, but then you find out who might be joining.
Yeah, I would not like him to go back. One, because
Yeah.
now I think I'm gonna have to go back to watching it. And I'm thinking like, oh, I didn't like the person I was at that, because literally it became my 24/7 obsession. Like and then I have
Yeah.
insomnia. So guess what I would be watching at like 3, 4 in the morning? I would be watching them sleep. Do you understand the level of obsession that it got to? So I'm kind of like, please don't do this to me. Please, Livio, please do not go on the show, because then I feel like I'm going to be forced to watch it.
Okay, I wasn't in that boat of crazy, but like I was invested in like, what are they doing today? What
Exactly.
do they have planned for
Everybody,
today? And we would
everybody
watch. I
in the
remember it
family.
being on the TV. Yeah, you're right. The whole family would ask.
Yeah, they
She
all
got
knew.
everyone involved. You're right.
I
How
mean,
crazy! I didn't even realize that. Holy crap!
listen, his daughter, his daughter went to go visit, and she has some back issues, or she has some medical issues, and she went and she had Crocs on. Oh my God.
Mhm. I
They
remember
were
that.
so cruel on social media. People were like, "Oh my God, you're going on TV. How embarrassing, and you show up like that." Like they were just being mean to her. And then she came out and she was like, "Well, like she come to find out that something happened with her luggage, and the shoes that she was going to wear that are like specially because her health issues, they weren't they something with her luggage happened. So she had two choices: either walk out there like without shoes, or with those Crocs, or something like that. Like she had no other choice but to wear. And then she was saying also because for my health. So then a lot of people, because they do have a big fan base as well, including myself, where then they started like the Croc, kind of like a Croc revolution, and they would started like, girl, like, yeah, you're right. And so like it was all over. People were like putting pictures of the Crocs. I bought Crocs.
I was about to say because of that, that's why
Be-
she has Crocs.
yes,
What?
yes. Like you guys, I am so loyal when I commit to someone, to something, or to someone as well, but to something, let me tell you, I am like ride or die. And I was like, because that's Sophia's daughter, and I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna get Crocs, and I'm gonna put, just so I can take the friggin' picture and put up there like, hey, I support you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
So this is a warning. When the show comes on, and if he's on there, you guys will be listening to my my rants all the time. Be
If it turns
warned,
on, we're gonna have to like have dedicated streams for it.
for real, because oh my gosh. All right.
Crazy.
With that said, there
Crazy.
is rumors that Maripili might go on again. There's a rumor that it's almost like 95% accurate that there's another man. He's an actor, an old actor from the bygone days. I'm not even gonna say his name because honestly, his fan base is also very crazy. But and plus, I don't think anybody who's watching us is gonna know who he is either way.
Hmm.
But he's like the male version of, or the male version of Maripili, or like Maripili is like the female version of him. Like it's really bad. He's almost 95% also that he's gonna go. Anyways, the people that they are gonna put in this show so far, for what I've heard, it's somebody said on TikTok, it's like gonna be like the House of Villains. Like, these are people who have caused a lot of drama.
Yeah,
And
if it's a house like that, I hope that he doesn't go. That would be terrible.
Well, it also depends whether or not like they got him to sign like an early contract already right away. Because again, like how we said before, like I know we probably mentioned this before in the past too. Like breaking contracts of any kind
yeah.
is difficult, and I imagine they'd be like, oh, because like now we have to try to find someone to replace you. We probably not have to pay these repercussions for that, which in itself is
Hmm.
crappy.
You're right.
Like, honestly, to me, it's like if I was them and they're like, "Oh, you want to come back?" and I'll be like, "Cool." Like, who do you have in mind of who you want to reach out to, who you already have, this way I can know like, okay, the pros and cons of like if I was to go in, who I may have to be forced to interact with. You know, at least that's how I think it should be. It should be done.
Yeah, if it's gonna be where it's a lot of people who, if they're just there for the drama, like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a situation like that. I would not put myself in a situation like that.
Mhm.
Especially him when he was on. I feel like that season was just very. There was just a lot going on, and from the sounds of it, like that was the only season that I ever watched. But from the sounds of it, that was the first time that it was that dramatic,
Mhm.
Hmm.
that uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I remember that was one of the things, especially the last probably 3 weeks of the show, was it got really, really bad.
Hmm.
And I just could not believe it because it wasn't just in the show, right? I would see TikTok, live TikToks, where the fans were fighting with each other, and it got ugly. It got really ugly. And what I can understand is how some people were actually defending the actions of them, and some of the stuff was like ugly. I mean, they were insulting like families, like their families. It was just ugly and bad. Now, granted, we've talked about this, like, oh, it's just scripted. So,
Hmm.
okay, it's scripted. But then what is that saying to the audience? Because this isn't scripted. Our life isn't scripted. So what is that saying? Is that saying, like, to the audience, oh, you know what, this kind of behavior is okay? And then my question is this. When does the line cross? When is it just bullying, right? When
Hmm.
is it just bullying, and when does that cross into harassment?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Because I was thinking about this when we were discussing this topic. I was thinking about, well, in what, where does the line cross? When is it just, I mean, obviously, bullying isn't even good. Like, it's not even normal, right? But
Hmm.
Mhm.
what does it start off as? Taunting? I guess it's the same, meaning the same thing?
Yeah.
Taunting and then bullying?
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of those. Like, if you're taunting someone, I would think we do it, but playfully. That's the only time when it's okay. But if you know you're doing it and it's bothering someone, well, then you're just bullying them. If they're not playing along, if they didn't agree to play along, like that's bullying.
Right.
And if you continue it, and then that's harassment. Cause then what's the next step?
Yeah, because like this lady, like, I'll give you an example, right? They would be, and then keep in mind, okay, they were locked in this house from from the time that they start the show. They eat, sleep, and do whatever challenges all in this one house.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all stuck there. And so, and again, this is a grown ass lady, you know, with a grown son and a grown daughter. And for example, when she was almost, from the beginning, it almost seemed like she expect, because Lupillo has the, what's the word, the, oh my god, I can't think of the word, but like the people think like, oh, he's like a womanizer, like he's a womanizer,
Oh,
and
okay.
he is. He has said it, like he himself has said, like he's a womanizer. So I think from the beginning of the show, because their challenge was to go in together and they had to pick either sleep in the same bed for 1 week or hide the coffee and nobody would have coffee for a week. And so they chose, then they would be, because they said that coffee is too precious for all of them. So they
Mhm.
chose that they were going to sleep in the same bed for the first
Mhm.
week. So right from that, she was super flirty to him. And he was kind of like, you could tell right away where he wasn't really, because I think one of the first things that she even said to him, like, you have me blocked on social media. And he was just like, hi, yeah. They had never even met. So it's crazy, right? But from the beginning, she seems like she was very, like, determined for him to like her. And when that didn't happen, she just turned ugly and mean and nasty to him. And I'm talking
Mhm.
about, it would be in the morning, right? And he would be making food or making breakfast or sitting on the table, and she would be going from the bathroom to the room. And as she was walking, like nobody, no, they would just be talking. Like he would be talking to other people, and as she was walking, she would be like, "Oh, I know you're talking about me. Stop talking about me. Oh, Lupia, stop talking." Like constantly, constantly doing stuff like that.
I
That to
remember that.
me, I'm like, come. And then, God forbid, if he would say something back, if he would say anything, I'm not talking about, oh look, oh my god, like, oh my god, it was just, there was no winning. And the fact that even the people in the house, like she backstabbed so many people, a lot of people there backstabbed each other, but it
Mhm.
was just so chaotic and so ugly. I think it was definitely harassment. I feel that the moment that somebody feels okay, tells you stop, and you cross that, that's harassment. And that
Mhm.
happened there so many times.
Mhm.
So then it made me think of this whole thing that's coming out right now with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Mhm.
And, so many things have been said. And I don't think we're ever going to know what really happened. It's his version, her version, and the truth, right?
Mhm.
But some of the versions that I've heard, I've heard that maybe she kind of like she liked him and he didn't. And so it made me think of Maripili. I thought, okay, I could see it because we saw it on the show. Like I said, go watch it. It's on Peacock. La Casa de los Famosos, I think it's La Casa de los Famosos 3 or something like that. But
Mhm.
um, you'll see it. And so I could see that. It's like, okay, because we talked about this last time also about the whole now, like people think that Nice Pool was based on Justin. Yeah, even
Mhm.
his lawyer said that as
No,
well.
yeah.
Mhm.
So what is that? Is that harassment? Because that's horrible, by the way. Now when I think about it, it's like, can you imagine somebody makes a movie, somebody who's like, again, you knew that that movie was going to be successful. Come on. It's a movie that everybody, has been talking about it for years. And then
No,
you put
yeah,
that.
like ever since like, with X-Men and everything, and when Deadpool like first came out, everyone's like, because again, like the most iconic thing along with Deadpool was the fact of like him with Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk. I believe those are the major ones that he's had like big interaction with, and obviously good in the comics when they first went in. Obviously, like the major base form when it came out.
Mhm.
Animations when they ever did that, people loved it because like again they're like, oh, like it's amazing, easy to see like Deadpool acting that way with these characters. So like I remember for the longest time they were all like, oh, like Hugh Jackman like finally do it, and like when does happen, like I really again that's the only reason why people went to go watch it, because it was like a finally the matchup that everyone wanted to see. That's one of the reasons I wanted to go. Plus also the fact that Hugh Jackman, like original Wolverine, forever classic. No one could ever replace him. What can I say?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, honestly, like first of all, adult bullying. I think it's. I'm one of those people who's like, are we ever gonna grow out of this in our lives? But also the fact that like I don't know, because some people would be like, oh, it's hard to imagine adults bullying one another. It's like, okay, yes, it's different from kids who actually probably do it in your face, like because unfortunately, as a child, like especially like you're in the same school, same area, more than likely nine times out of 10, you're gonna be running into that person, and they're gonna have an opportunity right there to like actually do something. Unlike as an adult, like you have no idea if you're actually living in the same area, and the only places you're actually gonna probably end up seeing each other is at work.
Right.
So it's like it's very minimal right there. The best thing that that person can do is probably more like mental and probably emotional stuff, which don't get me wrong, is still very like still just as bad, you know? If anything, I think it's
Yeah.
probably slightly worse because like unlike physical, like once like if you do it physically, there's proof right there. You can get them to stop. You could take steps like get the victim help and to get the offender like to face their
Yeah.
consequences.
Mhm.
Mentally, emotionally, like what do you do right there? It's one that's like it's very hard to prove that it's being done maliciously, and even then, it's like how do you get them to stop?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
especially like again in entertainment businesses, depending on like who they are, their connection, how well are they known, and like I guess like their influence and power that they hold, it could be very tough.
Yeah. Well, and see, here's the thing for me, right? It shocks me. I think that's one of the things that has shocked me about being an adult. That as an adult, as a kid, I never thought that adults experience bullying, right? I
Mhm.
experienced bullying as a kid. And I think that most of us went through something like that. I think most of us
Yeah.
at some point went through something like that. I experienced bullying, and I was even a bully to someone myself as well, which then we became friends. We became best friends. So I know the two ways, right? I know how it
Mhm.
feels being the bullying and being the bullier. But this was all as kids. Me as a kid thought, as I never thought that as an adult you would experience this or anybody experiences this. That's what I think was probably bothered me the most is seeing this that these two people, these celebrities on there, these are people that were around my age. I think he's older than me, in fact. And one of the actors that I'm telling you that, oh, that I don't even want to name his name. I mean, he's an older man. Like he could be my grandfather. That's how older
Mhm.
he is.
Mhm.
And to see that it's like, really? You are still bullying? Like, I think that's one of the things as an adult that has shocked me.
It's not just them. Like they find their people.
Yeah.
Their excuse now, I feel when it comes to adults, it's the excuse of I'm stuck in my ways.
Yeah.
This is how I am. Like there's no reason to be mean. Even if that's how you were as a kid, you should have learned.
Mm-hmm.
The bullies in those times, did you not stop and think, oh, I'm causing this person pain. I'm causing so many people pain.
Mm-hmm.
Or
But
do you
that,
see it and be like, eh?
right.
you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so when I see it, like I said, now in this movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, we don't know really what happened. I mean, we said this last time. If it is true, then that's horrible that she went through something like that. And if it's not true, well, then that's horrible. Then, like, why are they doing this to him?
Yeah. And it's like you said, at this point in time, we don't have enough information to really say who's at fault.
Right. I mean, I know that.
The Yeah, no, go on, sorry.
I mean, in my opinion, I think that if something like this happened to me, I just don't think that this is the norm, right? Because if
Mm-hmm.
something like this were to happen to me, I don't think I would be like, okay, that my husband makes fun of that person uh, and not put a lawsuit before. Like, all of that is the thing that kind of I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. I don't think that's the norm. You know what I mean? Like, if Ryan knows that this is the man who is harassing his wife, really? You're going to do it like this?
Mhm.
Instead of putting a lawsuit first? Or instead
Yeah.
of putting a complaint first?
Oh yeah.
Like, but why? That's what I'm saying. That's when I think it makes me think of the La Casa de los Famosos
Mm-hmm.
because I tell you, I remember that at the beginning, it was where you could tell that she wanted something with him. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, this guy, he's into she's just not his type, basically,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and
He
He
was
was
interested in someone else.
he was interested in someone else. Yeah, period. And it was crappy because that person ended up backstabbing. Like the person that he was interested in pretended that she was interested in him. And she
Yeah.
ended up backstabbing. Like it was bad. I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want him. I really don't want him to go back because there was a lot of bad things. Like they were accusing him out here. The public was accusing him of like, oh, he's, essaying these people on the show. But it wasn't true. Like it literally
Yeah.
wasn't true. And I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it makes sense what you said. Richie, about the contract, you're right. Like maybe it was in their contracts from the beginning, like, hey, if you're in the top whatever, you
You have to
know,
come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe something, I don't know. And then again, we go back to money as a big motivation. Maybe they offered him a lot more money. They're saying that this show is going to be longer than the last one. I think this one they're thinking it can be last 4 to 5 months. I am thinking that has to be nuts because you're going into this, you're not gonna see your family for the next 4 to 5 months and doing challenges on a weekly basis. I don't know, like that's just so crazy to me.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do it. I think if I was him, I would have like I would go in the first day and just not really try that hard. Just to get out so fast, you know.
Well, remember they had several contestants.
Yeah, that's
Several of the
why.
people that would just be like, they would literally beg people to not vote for them because they wanted to leave.
Yeah. So
So,
I think I if I was him, I'd do that. If it was because of contract,
yeah,
he'd be like,
yeah.
"Nah, I'm out of here." Because he
Mhm.
did go through a lot.
Mhm.
I forgot about that they said all that, and it wasn't even true. They have all the evidence, like you just said. There was a camera on 24/7.
Yeah. And it was so annoying because, he's not perfect,
Mhm.
but there were some things that I was like, oh my God, why did he say this? Why did he do that? But it wasn't to the level that people were making it out to be. So I don't know. Uh, I'll let you guys know what happens, but we might all have to go through this roller coaster together.
What? What do you mean together?
Because you're going to be hearing it from me.
Ah, I do not approve of
But
this.
also, this is a horrible thing that I'm about to say, but I really do want Blake, the whole Blake and Justin thing to go on court and be televised the way the whole Johnny and Amber thing was going on, because that's another thing that I want to go through. Like, oh my God.
Oh
Can you
goodness.
imagine?
I'm not ready for
Listen,
that.
anything to just not think about what's really going on out there, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh gosh. All right. I'm ready for it. No, I'm not. I'm lying.
Oh my gosh.
All lies. I was never ready.
I was born ready. Anyways, y'all. Well, I think that I would definitely keep everybody updated on this.
Yes, please do.
But anyways, ladies and gents and everything in between, if you've enjoyed today's show, then don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not following us yet, then please go ahead and do that as well. So that's it for today. But you can always catch us across all social medias. Just search out for Bluntly Talking or Bluntly Talking Podcast. And yeah, that's it from me for today. Stay herbally refreshed, you guys. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I am Mita,
I'm Musica.
And I'm Noodles.
and we're Bluntly Talking. Bye.
See
Bye.
you laters.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and follow us on our other social media.